Hello, welcome to the Yoga Pantry with me, Tash. Today we did an in-class recording, so this was all on our legs, our lower body, and actually a little bit of strengthening. So roll out your mat and let's have a lovely time together. Make yourself comfortable, find a nice comfy seat. Feel free to use all the props that you like and take a moment just to connect in and roll out the shoulders and loosen up the neck. Breathing deeply as you create space and openness. Oh, I've got the slide on. That's better. And allow your jaw to soften. Allow your eyes to relax. Morning. Feel free to close your eyes. And then allow that energy to start to settle in and come into your body. Becoming grounded. Bringing yourself into balance as you breathe out the week. Letting the week go. And bringing yourself into this present moment. This time, this space. This body that you've brought with you today. If you'd like to bring in your Ujjayi breath, you can absolutely invite that in to bring warmth into the body. Feeling the breath moving from throat to belly, belly to throat. Noticing what's going on with you today. How do things feel? And then allowing the stillness to take over. Allowing the stillness to bring a sense of deep rest and calm. Allowing that breath to move deliciously through your body. And from this space, finding an intention for your practice today. It could be a word, a phrase. It could just be a feeling. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart space. And let's chant Om together, allowing those vibrations to fill the room and fill your body, taking a deep breath in. Om. 'Om. 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 Rubbing your hands together and gently placing them either across your heart or over your eyes. Gazing into that dark space and spreading that energy all over your body. All right, leg day. Let's begin with our legs out in front of us, and we'll just get some joints moving. So feel free to raise your hips onto a blanket or a cushion or anything, and sitting up nice and tall into our staff pose, Dandasana. Bringing the hands by your side. Sorry, I'm like, pants on, wrong way around probably. Don't worry about me. Hands by your side. Rolling the shoulders back. It's what happens when you get dressed in the dark. And think about the energy coming up through the crown. And out through your feet. Energize those legs, starting to warm up the core. If this is super challenging because you're really tight in the legs, just lean back a little bit. Breathe the heart to the sky. Allow openness. Allow space. And inhale, if you can, lifting that energy up through the arms. Exhale, bringing the hands along the legs, or if you want to, you can touch the toes. You can use your strap already if you want to, if things are super tight, which they might be. It's a colder morning. Let the heart move towards your toes rather than down towards the legs. Just notice where you feel that. Might be in the lower back, might be in the glutes, might be the hamstrings or the calf muscles. Everyone's going to be different. Breathe into that, just finding some gentle stretch. And inhale, release. Bringing the soles of your feet together into a nice butterfly pose, sitting bones into the earth. Breathe in, up through the spine. And let's just warm up those hip flexors. Just gently pulse them out. See how that goes. This can be tricky if things are tight. The coordination might be off. If it feels okay, you can start to speed it up. Getting more energy into the hips. Like butterflies. Purna Titali, full butterfly pose. Faster if you can. And then inhale, lengthen. Feel the energy through the legs. And release. One leg out in front. And one butterfly wing. So, Ardha Titali, half butterfly. But we're actually going to reach forward. You can use your strap. Reach for that leg, the foot, the strap, the ankle. And just gently soften. Soften down through the hamstrings. Make sure there's no pulling in the knee area. We want to feel this in the belly of the muscles. If the knee needs to be bent slightly, that's all good. You can even pop a little rolled blanket under there, or you can pop something underneath the bent knee as well. Just breathe into those hamstrings. That might be where you're feeling it the most. That's definitely where I'm feeling it today. Inhale, release, rotate to that bent knee, breathe in. And exhale, rotate from the belly button. We want to get a sense that our hips and our sacrum are squared up. They'll be off on an angle now. They won't be squared up to the front. They'll be about 45 degrees. And allow your waist to rotate. It's the most mobile part of the spine, so that's where we want our twist to occur. We don't want to twist from the fused part of our spine down in the sacral area. And release. Breathe in, find length, and we're going to go once more towards that leg. Exhaling, using your strap or just finding space and noticing maybe you've got a little more space. It's all good to have a bent knee if you need to. It's totally fine. If you're feeling a stretch, then that's what you're feeling, and that's what we're after. Inhale, release out. We're going to widen that right leg out to the side. Breathe in. You can use your strap here. You can stay seated. If things are super tight, just stay seated. Feel the stretch in through the hamstring. If you're comfortable, you can reach for the foot a little more. And this will stretch the left waist. So if you don't want to stretch that out, just stay seated. If you're super comfortable, you can extend your left arm and reach over for your foot. But you know, there's no need to go very far. You can always just hold the strap. You can always have your hand on your hip. Let the chest open. Breathe length through your body, through your spine. It's not about how low you can go. It's about how lengthened you can make yourself. And then inhale back to center. We're going to rotate to face that leg again. And then exhale, reaching forward. If you like, you can crisscross your hands to kind of bring you more down through the center of the leg. Breastbone in line with your inner thigh. Inhale, rise up, bring those legs in, give them a good little jiggle out. And then other butterfly wing coming up. So right leg into the inner thigh. Again, you can be raised. You can have your hips lifted on something. Breathe in, find length. And then exhale, reaching for that front foot. Heart to toes rather than head to knee. Even though it's called head to knee pose, Shavasana. We don't want our head to go to the knees because that's going to round the back. We want to lengthen the spine and bring the chest towards the toes. Use that breath, use that Ujjayi breath if you can. The Ujjayi breath will give you the stamina, and as it connects your mind to your body and to your spirit, you'll find that the body will soften any tightness that it's been holding on to and just give you permission to just get a little deeper. Inhale, release, rotate towards that bent knee, the right side. Breathe in, find length through your body. Remember, sacrum nice and squared up with the hips there and rotating from the waist. Allow the neck to move around if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, you can just stay gazing directly ahead of you. Breathe, every inhale bringing length up through your spine. Every exhale maybe giving you a little bit more room to twist. Experience that energy spiraling up from the tail to the crown. Release back to center. And forward one more time. Exhaling, finding space, noticing that maybe there's a little bit more space, or maybe you feel a different part of your leg or a different part of your muscle calling to you. Inhale, release. Take the leg out to the side, using your strap or just reaching for that foot. Breathe in, find length through the body. So we're not collapsing to face the leg. We're keeping openness in the front of the body. You can use the strap. You can grab your big toe in yogic toe lock with the first two fingers if you like. Hand can stay at the waist or at the hip. Just find comfort here. If you are comfortable and you want to go deeper, you can extend the arm up and over and feel that stretch from the TFL. That's like where the coin pocket is. There, the TFL connects us to the IT band. Breathe into it. One more deep full breath wherever you're at in your stretch here. Inhale, come on back up. Rotate your body to look at that leg. You can crisscross your hands if you want or use your strap. And last time, coming down through center. Breastbone in line with your inner thigh, more or less. Breathe deeply. Experiencing your body as it is. We're going to get a little active in a moment with some sun salutes, and we'll use our blocks for that. Inhale, release back to center. Release those legs out. Just shake them all out. You can lean back and just let softness through your body. And in fact, just lean back like you're hanging out on a beach and just experience your lower body. You might feel from your, and yeah, let's roll out the ankles. Why not? I like how you just follow what I do, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing until I look at you and I'm like, oh yeah, let's do that. Roll back the other way.
I find that I can do the ankle rotations a lot better this way than when I've got my legs straight up. I just can't control them.
Interesting, isn't it? It's interesting how our bodies are wired. All right, let's come into a downward facing dog. So onto your hands and knees, press up and lift skyward. Feel free to just stay here in static pose and stretch out, or keep it fluid and yummy, and you can tread and walk and explore. This is the time now to explore the body. Notice what's going on here. Walking, moving, or just breathing into a nice, big, open down dog. Bringing that strength in with your breath. There's a few more breaths here. Relaxing the head and neck, softening your jaw. Walking your way up to the top of your mat. And hanging out. Allow the body just to lengthen. The legs should be a little more comfortable because of all the stretching. So the first forward fold here, first hang, won't be too tight, unless of course you've just naturally always got a lot of tightness in those legs. Breathe into them, send them love. If hanging upside down puts too much pressure on the body or the legs or the head, just lift the body. Especially if you have any heart issues or if you have any eye issues, then you can bring the head above the heart. Breathe, find space, create space. And we're going to ragdoll ourselves upwards. Press through your feet, draw the energy up from the arches, up through the inner thighs. Relax the upper body and let the energy of the earth power the body up. No effort in the spine. Let those arms float up with you. Breathe in, expand the heart. And exhale, hands down in front of your heart space. Interlace those fingers. Turn those palms up. We're going to step the left foot behind the right. And we're going to reach over towards the right side. Up and over. Breathe into it. And the foot can be on the side of the foot or it can be flat. It depends on how your ankles are built. Come back to center and over to the other side. Send the hips out. The weight's going to change to that left leg here. Breathe into it. If it feels good, you can look a little bit up. You can look down. Just change where the head is to find that openness. Let the shoulders open with you, especially if they're super tight. Inhale, come up. And exhale, release. Roll out those ankles. Russell, you don't mind that you're on camera, do you?
Sorry?
Do you mind that you're on camera? This will be on YouTube.
Oh.
It's up to you.
I don't care.
Just get your permission first. Sarah, you're a little bit on camera, but it's just that you're back. No, come up. And then other leg. And out to the side. So I've got my right foot behind my left and I'm moving over to the left side. No pressure if you know you're on camera. Exhale to the other side. Breathe in, find length and openness. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, soften all the way down. Roll yourself down. Let your tail lift to the sky. Run your hands up your shins. Inhale. Exhale, bow. Go ahead and step back. Right foot into a nice low lunge. Breathe into it. You can always keep the hands down. You can use your blocks if you need to. Draw back through that left hip crease. Draw the chest open to the sky. Exhale, release. Go ahead, step back, downward facing dog. Reach up into this down dog. Second time in your down dog. Feel into it. Up to the toes. Round the back. Let the chin tuck in. Roll forward. Knees behind you as far back as they can go. Modified plank. Draw the belly up, the hips up, so that we're strong. We're working hips up. There we go. We're working the core. We're working our arms. Create space so that your chest can comfortably come through the center there. Breathe in, and as you exhale, chest coming forward, chest and chin to the ground, and then release down. Flat feet. Shrug the shoulders back, breathe into your Cobra. Feel the glutes connecting here. We're not trying to do that. They're just going to do that to protect the spine. Lift and lengthen through your body. And your Cobra could just be belly button height. It could be a baby Cobra without any hands. Just make sure that the pelvis connects to the floor. No matter how high you are or how low you are. Exhale, release down. Shrug the shoulders back, tuck the toes, feel the belly button draw up, feel your ribcage and your pelvis connect to the floor. Half plank, breathe that up. Full plank, or you can stay in half plank, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, downward facing dog. Reach up into that down dog. Feel your body, the openness in your body now. The shoulders, the legs, relax the head and neck. Let's walk our feet in slightly so we're balanced, so we can lift the left leg to the sky. Dog split. Press up and back and reach up through those toes. Beautiful. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that foot through. You can always take your knees down, but we're going to come into a high lunge. Pressing through the back leg. Woo, find your balance. Draw back through that left hip crease. Reach up into your high lunge. And everything comes up through center. The knee can be bent behind if you need to, or you can reach the heel back, drawing back through the hips so they're nice and squared up. Belly in, spread the weight across the ball of the foot. And we're going to step to the top of the mat. Yes, use those glutes. Breathe in and exhale, bow straight down. Run the hands up your shins, half lift. Exhale, bow. Left foot steps back, low lunge. Take it on down there. Draw back through that right hip crease. Draw the energy into center. Belly in, length through the low back. Breathe it up if you want, or keep the hands down. Now as you spread the energy across the ball of the foot and into the heel, you'll get lots of balance, lots of strength, because it comes up through the leg and it energizes the big muscles in our lower body. Back foot can be tucked or flat. It's totally up to you. Flat will get you deeper. Tucked will protect your knee. Exhale, release, step back. Downward facing dog, either to your knees or all the way through. Next time with silence. Breathe those sitting bones up. And then up to your toes. Roll and round like a wave, flowing into a plank pose. You might have to move the feet back slightly. Keep the belly strong. If you need to modify, go for it. You can modify your plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees, chest and chin to the ground. You can do it in that order or all at the same time. And then release flat. Tops of the feet down, shrug the shoulders back. A cobra that suits your body. You can Sphinx pose it if you like. Breathe into it. Lengthen up and forward like a jet plane taking off. Length through the back of the neck as well. And exhale. Take it down. Feet together if you can. Hands behind you. And inhale, lift. Shark pose. Breathe and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that down. Wobble out the hips. Shrug the shoulders back. Peel the belly up. Half plank or full plank. Downward facing dog. Breathe deeply as you stretch out your back. Lengthening, opening, creating space. And then maybe stepping the feet in. Right leg lifts into your dog split. Press the floor away. Try and keep the weight even in the arms. And keep breathing length and space into your body. The more flexible that you are, the more you can reach down through the standing leg. The less flexible you are, just be kind to yourself. Don't go too high. We're going to step that foot through, high lunge. Draw back through that right hip crease. Breathe up. Opening your heart, light to the universe. And allowing your body to come into center. So draw the belly and lengthen through the tailbone. That's going to activate your glutes. Remember not to grip the toes, spread across the ball of the foot and into the heel of that front leg. And then press and step to the top. Interlace the fingers. Turn those palms up. Gaze in front of you. Feet can be hip width. They can be together if you're really confident with your balance. I'm going to come up to a toe balance. Hold just for a moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Grab your blocks. We're going to do some kind of a salute, but with our blocks. So place them in front of you. Hands together in front of your heart space. Inhale, sweep it up. Up and back, Hasta Uttanasana. And exhale to your blocks. If you are super tight and you need more, then you stack your blocks the way you need to, so that you've got more strength. Breathe into it. And if you're feeling comfortable here, wherever you're at, either hands on each block or both hands on one block, you might need to bend your left leg. We're going to reach our right leg back behind us into a warrior 3. If you're comfortable with that, you can lift your left arm. Breathe and hold. Draw up through the core. If you want to go full warrior, you're going to have to press through that leg and then lift through the core to extend your other arm up. You can totally keep your hands on the blocks the whole time, or you can have a go, one block at a time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften your front knee, drop your back foot down into a warrior 1. You can do high lunge just like we did before. Otherwise, the back foot's going to come down, heel to the ground, big toes pointing up so our hips can square up to the front. You can always walk the front foot out slightly for balance. Breathe in. Exhale, come forward, arrowhead. Try and get a line through your body from your shoulder to your hip to your ankles. You don't have to be super low. The energy is in this front leg up into our glutes and into the back heel. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can bend some more and reach for your blocks, or you can press into your warrior 3 again. So wherever you need to be. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften. We're going to drop our blocks to any height, sideways or fully flat, to step back into a lifted down dog. So using those blocks to reach up and back. Breathe into it. I'll give you these ones. These are better and more secure. Breathe deeply. And then up to the toes, roll into your plank onto those blocks if you can. So we're on a slightly different angle, slightly different parts of our body need to work here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your knees down and you get to child's pose. Come on down. Take a moment. A child's pose of your choosing. You can use those blocks, you can chuck them underneath your head or your chest, or you can keep your hands on them if that feels good, or just not at all. Just find what works for you here. Deep breaths up into the back of the body. And then reaching for those blocks again. Roll up through the core. Tuck your toes. Come into your plank. Come into your down dog. And then walk yourself back towards your feet and hang. Press through the feet, roll and rise. Inhaling all the way to the sky. You can reach straight up or up and back. Lengthening the heart, so we're not collapsing into the lower back here. We're pressing through the feet and extending the heart up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart space. Step to the top of the mat, reset your blocks to their highest level. and come into pranam or tadasana. Take a moment to recenter. You know what's going to happen now. Inhale, sweep those hands up. Exhale, bow to those blocks. Inhale, half lift. Get a sense of the blocks. Feel the strength of your body here. Move the weight into that right leg and lift the left leg. Reach back through your heel. Try and energize. If you need to have a bent knee, that's okay. If the back leg needs to be a little lower, that's okay. If you're feeling comfortable here, then we're going to extend our right hand out in front. Breathe into it. Notice how you might feel more in that hip as you do that. Breathe. Hold. Length through the back of the neck as well. So we've got a beautiful long line through our body. You can stay here for those of you that are stronger. Press into that leg and lift the left arm as well. Beautiful. Breathe into it. Just find your space. Find your way. You can keep both hands on the blocks. Fingertips might be there. Full palms might be there. Or one hand can stay there. 3. I forgot what happened after this. Does anyone remember? Oh, that's right. So 1, bend the front knee, step back, warrior 1. Breathe into it. Glad someone's paying attention. Find that warrior 1. So you can walk your right foot out slightly if you landed a bit too much on a tightrope. Make sure your back foot, the toes aren't pointing off to the side because that's going to do your knees a disservice. So try and bring the toes to point forward a little bit more. Belly in. Draw everything back. So belly comes in, tailbone lengthens. Reach into the back leg or bend the knee if you need to. And then once you're settled and strong, you can reach into that back leg. See if you can find a nice line from the heel up to the crown. You don't have to be super low. You'll feel it already. Just that change in position is going to set your right glute on fire. Try not to grip your toes. Distribute the weight evenly through your feet. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looking at those blocks, we're coming into a warrior 3. You can reach them. Maybe they need to move a little bit. Or you can just come into a full warrior. Breathe into it. Oh, that's a lot on the glute, isn't it? Breathe. Hold. 5, 4, 3. Use the blocks if you need to. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being a little bent as well until your body opens up. And that takes time, patience, and love. 2, 1. Soften the knees. Step back. Into, drop your blocks flat and move into your downward facing dog. Lift. The blocks give you that space to take that leg through and into your down dog. Breathe up into your down dog. Hold. Reach up through your sitting bones with the blocks. They make your arms a little longer so you feel like there's a little more evenness in your down dog. Allow the weight to be more into the legs. If you need to have them bent or wider, go for it. The legs are the stronger part of the body, so we want to get used to our down dog. Really letting the legs take the weight out of the wrists. But we're going to change that now. Up to the toes, roll forward, bringing that weight forward into our lifted plank here. Feel how far off you are from the ground. If you need to take your knees down, it's all good. If you prefer not to use the blocks, it's all good too. 5, 4, feel your core nice and strong. Try not to drop your head. 2, 1, knees down, and child's pose. And if you like, as a change, wide legs, wide-legged child's pose. Let those inner thighs stretch out. Breathe into it. A little bit of strengthening happened today, even though, you know, it was mainly legs. Breathe and hold. Soften, allow yourself to melt to the floor. Feel free to place a block under your chest and your forehead if that gives you more comfort and more surrender, because that's what it's about. Child's pose is all about surrender. Going within, pratyahara, withdrawing your senses from the outside world and allowing you to tune in to your own wisdom, your own guidance, your own experience. Taking a deep breath in, bringing those knees in. Taking a moment in a normal child's pose, whether it's just a little half sort of Sphinx pose or a full child's pose. So whatever feels good, have a little wobble. We'll put our blocks aside and we'll move into a downward facing dog without them. You are welcome to use them if you really liked it. Breathe up into that down dog. Look to your feet, your hands. Bend your knees. Step walk, or you can take 1 or 2 gentle little hops to get to the top there and hang. Run the hands up your shins, come halfway, press through the feet. Hopefully the legs feeling a little bit more stretched. Press and rise. And straight back down, exhale. Right leg coming down, this time rolling back into a half split pose. Adha Hanumanasana, half Hanuman. Hanuman's the monkey god. If you want, you can move full split, or you can move back and move a little deeper that way, or you can stay where you are with your blocks and allow yourself to experience what's going on in your legs. It's wherever you need to be. You can do full split, and if you're not all the way on the ground, you can have the blocks to support you, bring a little bit more comfort. You can have them up at any height underneath you as well. Breathe and hold. 5, 4. Keep softening. 3, 2. 1, gently release out. Release to your tabletop position. And round the back. And expand open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and step your right foot forward. Draw back into your half split pose. And moving into any part that you want. It could just be right here. This side doesn't even have to do what you did on the other side. It all depends on how you feel on this side, what's going on. To listen to your body and follow its guidance. It knows what you need, what's good for you, and what isn't. Breathe into it. Keep creating space and openness, lengthening through the chest. If you notice your back rounding, it's probably because you're in too deep and your body is going, no! So the back rounds to take the tension out of the legs. So if you can find a position where you can extend the chest, you'll feel that stretch without having to compromise your posture. Couple more breaths here. And then gently releasing back to that tabletop position. Have a little round out. a little openness, a little child's pose just to let those hips settle, or maybe it's like a baby Sphinx. Breathe. And then walk your way onto your belly into a full Sphinx. Letting the hips drop into the floor, tops of the feet down. Draw those shoulders, place your, what are they called? Elbows underneath your shoulders. Draw your chest forward as you draw those elbows towards your hips, lengthening out and creating strength in the back. Create space for the neck, moving the shoulders away from the ears. Find comfort here. So make sure that your elbows are underneath your shoulders. If they're too far back, there's nothing holding you there. If they're stacked under the shoulders or even a smidge in front, you've got your bone structure to do the work. And then you can use your musculature to extend and open. That's it. Beautiful. And then soften. We're going to bring our elbows together or thereabouts and rest, widen out the legs, turn the feet out, a little makrasana, a little crocodile pose, nice stretch out for the neck, a nice release and softening and relaxation for the back and the legs. 3 deep full breaths, soften, release any tension in the neck or the shoulders. Breathing into it. And then releasing yourself down flat. We're going to come into flapping fish, which is really lovely to ease any kind of sciatic issues in the body. So flapping fish, we're going to take our hands across, bring your knee up to your lowest elbow and just rest. Beautiful, that's it. So part of this, you may be familiar with this. If you're not, it might be familiar as a recovery pose. But what we're doing is we're compressing one side of the body. That's why we want to get our knee up as high as you can comfortably take it to that elbow. And we're extending the other side of the body. So you get a little compression, a little extension. And it's really lovely for any kind of sciatic issues. Then releasing that knee down, bringing your hands across to the other side, maybe placing the other palm over the top, and then drawing your knee back up to meet that elbow. Coming into your flapping fish on the other side. Breathe. Allow part of your body to descend into the floor. Notice if your body is still trying to hold tension. See if you can breathe it out. Relax your face. Check in with your jaw. Are you clenching it? If you clench your jaw often, that's a big indicator that there's a lot of stress going on for you that you might not even be aware of. The more you can soften and relax that jaw, the more that stress will come out of the shoulders. Deep breath, soften, release. Allow the body to surrender. then gently coming back to center, just rest on your front for a few more breaths. So let everything go flat. Arms wherever you like. And then bringing your hands to your low ribs, shrug your shoulders back, breathe into a little cobra. Start to tuck the belly in, or draw the belly in, tuck the pelvis under, draw all of that out, feel the body roll, and then push back, child's pose. If you want to, clasp your hands behind you or grab a strap and lift the arms up and back for just a little gentle stretch through the shoulders. Make sure the neck stays comfortable. You might need to use a little bit more energy in the core to do that. And exhale, releasing those arms, roll and rise up, extend your legs out and come onto your back. Give yourself a lovely little hug, knees in, rock around a little bit. And just a little bit of effort here, rocking and rolling forward and back. If that's not comfortable, just hang out, giving yourself a hug. But otherwise, don't bang your head on the wall. Once you find your space, allow that massage through the shoulders, through the back, along the spine, into those glutes. And then gently on that last one, just allow yourself to roll down, bringing your left foot to the ground, right leg over the top into a lovely thread the needle. Go ahead and grab hold of that left shin or thigh or use a strap. And then you can explore taking the left knee slightly out to the side a little bit or not. Just to find where you want to connect to the glute on the right side. If lying down is uncomfortable, you can place your left foot against a wall and use that as leverage and let your arms just come out to the sides. Or you can sit into this instead. Breathe into your experience. Notice what's happening. And then releasing out. Give those legs a little walk out so that we get that synovial fluid to circulate through the knee joint. And then you can come into the other side when you're ready. Again, using any of the options we have, using a wall, using a strap, sitting up, or just doing the traditional. Explore how far out you want to move that leg to the side or bringing it in. It'll change the amount of stretch you get in your glutes. If you do sit into it, you don't want to collapse through the spine. You want that length and that openness to experience the stretch. And then gently release out from there. kicking those legs out slowly again. And then rocking the knees from side to side. Keeping your feet wide, edges of the mat there. Extend your arms out to the side. Drop your knees over to the right. If your left knee is comfortable, you can place your right foot on top of that left leg, that left thigh, and create a little deeper stretch through the IT band and the TFL. And you can also bring your left arm, up by your ear. Maybe even reach up through that left side, or just relax completely. If the knee's uncomfortable with the foot on top, you can put it underneath for support or just move it away. It might be comfortable on one side and not on the other. So just observe. Breathe and feel into it. Notice what's going on. This one, there we go, and this. Just taking some lovely deep breaths. And then releasing that foot, keeping those legs wide, drop the knees to the other side. And then exploring and seeing if the leg wants the foot on top of it, maybe bringing one arm up, the right arm up. Or maybe just having the arms out or overhead or wherever they feel good for you. Gently releasing out, coming back to center, rolling, wriggling, wobbling, doing anything that feels good for you. If you want to do a normal twist or a bridge or a plow or anything else to end your practice, just find what your body is craving, what your body wants or needs, and maybe it's just craving Shavasana. And if that's the case, that's all good because that's where we're headed. So after you've had a little play, a little explore, a little final stretch, find your way into a restorative pose that allows your body to surrender completely. Feel free to use blocks, blankets, cushions. Make yourself comfy and warm. You can come into Shavasana, child's pose. You can take legs up the wall. You can sit. As you make your way down, allow your breath to deepen for a moment as you breathe in through your nose and sigh it out through the mouth. And do a few of those to just ensure that you've got any tension that remains out of your body so that you can fully surrender. Feel your body descending into a deep state of rest. Relax the eyes, relax the jaw, the lips, the teeth, the tongue. Relax your upper back and your shoulders. Feel your arms descending into the floor. Relax your hips, your legs. Relax the whole right side of your body, the whole left side of your body. Relax your whole body, whole body. Relax your mind. Allow your breath to take over. No effort, no force. Just the gentle rise and fall of a soft, easy breath. Observing your body once more, experiencing it as it is in this moment. Observing the quality of your thoughts, the gentleness of your breath. Breathing that prana back through your body as you lengthen and deepen the breath. Feel free to wriggle and stretch if that feels right. Feel free to curl up into a little ball if that feels good. Just take your time as you gently bring yourself back into the room. Eventually bringing yourself into a comfortable seat. There's no rush. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. And when you're finally seated, supported and comfortable, bringing those hands together in front of your heart space. Feeling that lovely connection, that deep connection to self now between the palms. The left and right coming together, the masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang. Reconnecting to that intention from the beginning of our practice this morning. And then flooding your entire being with thoughts and feelings of gratitude. And we'll close with the Shanti Mantra, chanting peace for ourselves, peace for our friends and our families, and most definitely peace for the world. Taking a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bowing your head slightly, sending thoughts of love and gratitude to your body, to your mind, and to your spirit. And sending those thoughts out into the rest of the world. Keeping your eyes closed and rubbing your hands together. And either placing them across your heart or over your eyes. Breathing into that space, gazing into that space, absorbing that pranic energy. And spreading it all over your body. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.